before we dive into the main topic, please take a moment to subscribe, turn on the notification bell, like this video, and leave a comment to support the channel. Your engagement truly helps. Now, welcome. In this explainer, we're going to break down all the essential English you need to go shopping. My goal here is to make this super simple, really clear, and just give you that boost of confidence for your next shopping trip. So, are you ready to go shopping? Let's dive right into this simple step-by-step guide. Whether you're on vacation, maybe you're living in an English-speaking country, or you just want to practice your skills, this explainer is totally for you. We are going to cover everything from the moment you step into a shop all the way to that final step of paying for your stuff. So here's our game plan. First up, we'll start with how to say what you're looking for. Then we'll check out the different kinds of places you can shop. After that, we are going to practice asking for the price, which, let's be honest, is very important. Then we'll cover the different ways to pay. And to wrap it all up, we'll put it all together in a handy little shopping checklist you can use anytime. All right, let's kick things off with the absolute basics. Before you can buy anything, you have to know how to say that you're looking for something. And really, it all boils down to two very important, very common little verbs. First step, we have the verb want. Just think of want as expressing a desire. It's for something you would like to have, but, maybe it isn't a true necessity. It's all about your personal wishes or what you'd prefer. For instance, you can just say, I want a new shirt. It's a perfect, really clear way to state what you're after. Or, hey, if you're at a cafe, you could say, I want a coffee, please. If you're in a bookstore, I want that book. See? It's super direct and easy for absolutely anyone to understand. Okay, now for our next verb, need. Need is a little bit stronger, a little more serious than want. We use this one for things that are essential, necessary. Things like food or water or medicine. These are the things you truly have to have. So you might say, we need to buy food, which shows this is a really important task. You might want a chocolate bar, right? But you need milk for your breakfast. See the difference there? Another example could be, I need new shoes for work. So just remember this. Want is for desire, need is for necessity. Simple as that. Great. So now you know how to say what you want or what you need. The next logical question is, where do you go to buy it? Well, it's time to learn the names for the different places we shop. Okay, the most general word is shop. Or, especially in American English, you'll hear store a lot. This can mean almost any place that sells things, from a tiny little bakery all the way up to a huge electronics store. And the good news is, both words are understood everywhere, so you can use whichever one you feel more comfortable with. It's a really useful all-purpose word to have. Now, for your everyday things like groceries, you'll probably go to a supermarket. A supermarket is just a large shop that sells food, drinks, and also household goods like soap or cleaning supplies. It's basically designed to be a one-stop shop where you can get most of what you need all at once. Now, inside these stores, items are usually grouped into categories to make life easier. For example, food includes things like apples, bread, and milk, and clothes would include items like t-shirts, pants, and dresses. Just knowing these basic categories can help you read the signs in a big store and find exactly what you're looking for way more easily. Okay, you've done it. You've found what you want in the right shop. You're holding it in your hand. But now what? How do you find out the price? Well, it's time for one of the most important questions in all of shopping. The key phrase you absolutely need to learn is simply how much. That's it. You can just point to an item and ask, how much? It's short, it's simple, and it's understood everywhere. Now, if you want to be a little bit more polite, which is always a nice touch, you can add, excuse me, how much is this? So once you hear the price, you're probably going to have an opinion about it, right? We have two really common words to describe price. If something has a low cost, we say it's cheap. If it has a high cost, it's expensive. So after you ask, how much? You can think to yourself, that's pretty cheap. Or maybe, whoa, that's a bit expensive. Let's put this into a real situation. Just imagine you're the customer at a fruit stand. You could pick up an apple and politely ask the salesperson, hello, how much is this apple? And in response, the salesperson is probably going to give you a simple, direct answer, something like, it is $1. Or they might say it even more casually, like, that's $1. The structure is always really clear, and the number, that's the most important piece of information you need to listen for. Okay, let's move on to the final step in our shopping journey. You've decided you're going to buy the item, so now it's time to pay. This all happens at an area called the checkout with a person called the cashier. You usually have two main choices when it comes to payment. First, there's cash. You know, the physical money, the coins and paper bills. Your other option is to pay by card, which just means using a credit card or a debit card from your bank. The payment process itself is actually very simple, and it usually follows these 4 steps. First, you go to the cashier with all your items. Then you can tell them how you're going to pay, with cash or with a card. After that, you pay for your items. And finally, and this is a really important step, always take your receipt. That receipt is the little paper proof of your purchase, and you might need it if you ever want to return the item later. So, if you want to use your credit or debit card, here is the perfect question to ask. After the cashier tells you the total price, you can just ask, can I pay by card? It's both polite and super clear. And the salesperson will almost always give you a simple, positive answer back, like, yes, you can. They might also say, of course, or sure. Then they'll probably point to the card machine, and you can just follow the instructions on the screen to pay. Easy. Wow, we have covered a lot of practical information. So now let's bring it all together with a super handy checklist. Think of this as your personal shopping toolkit with all the key phrases you'll need all in one place. And here it is, your shopping checklist. Remember, it's always good to start politely with hello and end with thank you. Use I want or I need to say what you're looking for. Ask the price with how much is this? And finally, explain how you'll pay with I'll pay with cash or by asking can I pay by card? Honestly, if you can master just these few phrases, you are going to be ready to shop confidently in English. And that brings us to the end of our little guide. So now that you have all the tools, I have a question for you. What will you buy first on your next shopping trip? Maybe some apples? A new t-shirt? The possibilities are absolutely endless. Thanks for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe, turn on the notification bell, like, and leave a comment to support the channel.